All right, y'all. So, season's just a few seconds old, and we're already having issues. All right, we're good. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. Welcome to season 8. We got Jason waiting in the green room. We're going to go ahead and go over free agency. We got a lot to get to, so let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, we got to play some bills. We'll run the intro, and then we'll be right back with you. Today's episode is sponsored by Power Brand Systems. Need help getting new customers for your business? Let Power Brand Systems help you grow with their powerful tools. Visit powerbrandsystems.com/Niner Faithful Radio for more info. For the Faithful, by the Faithful, off-season sale is happening now. Save 20% on all For the Faithful, by the Faithful season 1 through 3 gear now through June 30th. Go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop to save. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner Faithful R on X. If you like our content and would like to support the show, consider leaving us a tip in our tip jar at NinerFaithfulRadio.us/tip jar. Join our exclusive membership community where you get exclusive NFR content not available anywhere else. Join our exclusive chat, 20% off of all non-sale For the Faithful, by the Faithful gear, and much more. Visit portal.ninerfaithfulradio.us/login to join. Join us Friday for our NFR weekly review at 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. End your week with some drinks and laughs. All right. So, your boy getting used to the new one. All right, let's go ahead and run the intro. We'll be right back.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
Niner Faithful Radio, your show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful, brought to you by Power Brand Systems.
What's cracking, Jason?
Talofa Faithful, and how's it to season 8, my dude?
Hey, finally here, bro. I was just telling my girl, it seemed kind of weird this year because, in a way, football kind of just ended about a month ago. You know what I mean? And here we are, already talking about the new season.
Yeah, and this is what, my fifth one?
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, fifth. You joined midway through 2020. So,
yeah.
Fifth season working for us, fourth and a half season as my co-host. All right, so welcome, everybody. Let me see. I didn't even check a chance. Carcast, first to comment on the new season. Congratulations.
How's the Carcast? How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing all right. I think that there's been some things, let's just say changes in your boy's life, but everything happens for a reason, and we're moving on to the next. What's cracking? How's your week, bro?
All right. I was sick the first couple of days this week. Finally getting back into everything. Good to go. We got Mr. McNine here in the house. How's it going, my dude? And of course, when David McNine shows up, now I gotta find this again because I don't know where it is. It used to be a short one. Like, okay, damn, there's all this now.
Yeah, I know. It's y'all can't see the behind the scenes, but trust me, it doesn't look to y'all. It doesn't really look that different, but trust me, there are a lot of things different. If y'all don't notice, right there in the right corner, we got a brand new sponsor. Big shout out to Power Brand Systems. Thank you, Christian. Chelsea, what's cracking? How you doing? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and not take y'all too much time of the show today. But of course, one more bill we got to pay.
This segment is brought to you by shop49ers.com, the official online store of the 49ers. Use our affiliate link in the description to get the latest official Niner gear, save 10%, as well as help out this show.
So we're going to start off today's show by talking smack. Of course, everybody, Debo that like button, which we'll get into a little Debo news at the end of the show. We started off or I shouldn't say started off free agency, but we're starting off today. Juwan Jennings back on a 1-year second round tender, $4.89 million. We obviously don't need to go over the stats. You know what was crazy? When I saw this, I thought 19 receptions, 33 targets, 265 yards, 1 receiving touchdown. I was like, Juwan Jennings only had 19 receptions last year?
Yeah, but how many of them were like very important?
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like I'm willing to guarantee 15 of those were like on a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, or something along those lines, to where 3rd and 1 always comes up. Let's say what's up to Brian Culp. How's it doing, my dude? Thank you very much. And to Miss Kim, how's it?
Literally looked up. First 15 of his receptions were for first downs. So that's literally probably some of the greatest 19 reception season in Niner history, bro. I'm telling you.
The rest of the time he's too busy blocking people. Legend is he's still blocking someone.
Rumor is he's still driving that fucking Lions player into the bench. So for those of you who don't understand how the second round tender works, so the Niners, as we saw, $4.89 million. Juwan Jennings decides to sign it. He's going to play this year under the $4.9 million. He does have the ability to negotiate with other teams, and if they come up with more of a contract, the Niners have the first right for refusal. If we indeed decide not to match, then the team who signs him has to send us a second round pick back. Look,
please don't sign him.
Yeah, I mean, we all want JJ back. I mean, third and Juwan. We lose Juwan Jennings. It adds another need to this football team. We don't need to sign or to lose Juwan Jennings, but if we are, fuck yeah, shoot me that second round pick, brother. That's what I'm thinking.
And good job to everybody on the team and Juwan, obviously, for we would flip that from a 7th to a 2nd kind of thing, if that's how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm a firm believer that you generally don't get better by getting rid of good football players. Dave Lombardi always says on his channel, you know, the Niners aren't in the business of getting rid of good football players. But if we're going to lose somebody, look, let's be real. This would be better than third comp that we would get from him next year if he left next year, you know?
Yeah.
Shoot that shit. I know how you feel about this one, Jason, talking. But welcome back, Mr. Brian Allen. We're going to, of course, get back into our quarterback room here towards the end of the show when we go over the free agents that we lost. But, you know, I just a little bit behind the scenes, a little info for y'all. I literally put 0 stats and everything like that. And then as we get into one of our later re-signings, I was like, man, why am I just putting literally stats for a man who did not even take a single snap? So that's why that one's like that. But Jason,
Loki, someone posted on Twitter, we re-signed BA, and then I pushed it to you. But I was like, hey, I didn't say which BA.
I was so hot. For y'all who don't know, Jason was kind of we were kind of trying to keep each other updated as much as we could, you know, during free agency, just so we're all on the same page. And so my fiance hurt her back the other day at work, so we took her to the chiropractor on Monday. And I was like, yeah, babe, I want to go. I was like, I've never seen a chiropractor work. And she doesn't do that. she doesn't do the twisty stuff and all that. Basically, all she did was use a back massager. But she's getting it and everything like that. I'm scrolling through my phone. I see I got a message. So I click on it and I'm talking, or she's talking to me and everything like that. And I click on it and everything. And I see we signed BA with a bunch of exclamation points. I was like, fuck yeah. Like that in the middle. And like the chiropractor kind of looks at me and my girl goes, oh, it's probably something with the 49ers, you know, whoop, whoop, whoop. I was like, babe, we just extended BA. Right. And so I think I looked it. I forget what I did. I looked it up or I did something, and I was like, "Fucking Jason, bro."
And just so those, Kim is correct. This is an ongoing joke. I don't know how many times I've gotten tea with this. Like something comes up with BA, and I just put BA, and I don't actually put which one it was.
Yeah, like it is an ongoing joke.
As far as Brandon Allen goes, like Brandon Duck Allen, you know what? I will take Brandon Allen every single day and for the rest of my life over Sam Darnold. I am so damn glad Sam Darnold is not on this team. Have fun, Minnesota, with all those interceptions and fumbles and everything else he's going to bring to you because he's trash. He is a trash quarterback. I think now, you know, we definitely we'll probably grab somebody in the draft. I think that's an obvious kind of one. But yeah, I'd rather take the unknown with Brandon Allen over Sam Darnold every single day. And Mr. LaJoy, how's it going, John? Thank you very much for showing up, my brother.
I mean, how about this? How about even if we re-sign Sam Darnold, how about neither of them fucking play all year because Brock's, you know, taking every meaningful snap.
Yeah.
You know, the only way I hope to see Brandon Allen is in the same scenario we saw Sam Darnold last year, which is either in the blowout, either against or for us, or in a meaningless game week 18 because we've already wrapped up everything.
And he's still look good in Sam Darnold.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that second half.
If anybody hasn't noticed,
that second half was bad.
I dislike Sam Darnold with everything. It's a terrible pickup. I'd rather have Josh Allen out there.
BC being a troll. This one to me is really, really a low-key important signing. George Odom, 2-year, $10 million, up to $10 million extension, 11 special teams tackles, 6 special teams tackles solo. I know people were downplaying this and what the hell? Safety depth, right? And Jason, let me ask you one quick question. Does that fumble? I won't say does the fumble or does that fumble happen in the Super Bowl if it's Joe Jordan back there?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I like it. One, he's obviously our special teams ace. We need some, you definitely need people who like to play special teams and excel at it. Obviously, Odom does. And just like you had just said with what's going on with our safeties right now, no, that's just a prettier Sam Darnold is all that is.
Yeah. I want none of that.
We don't know the status of how Huff is going to be coming back. Obviously, no news right now with Gibson. So right now we kind of have Jair Brown, and we don't know what else is on the other side of him. I don't know if, long term, maybe not necessarily George Odom, but worth every penny when it comes to special teams as a special teams player.
I mean, we've knocked everybody just blows over special teams so much. First of all, it's a third of the game. Like literally, it's a third. Like you can't deny it's one of 3 phases of the game. That's a third of the game. B, if I go back to 2 of the last 3 legit chances, I thought that we had last 2 of the last 3 chances I thought we had at legit Super Bowls. It was special teams that cost us or flipped the game. Going back to 2011. What cost us the NFC Championship game in 2011? And let's be legit, probably I think the best chance at winning a championship, even including the year we won the Super Bowl, I think the Niners would have stole that championship if we would have won in 2012. 2011, I think, was probably the best legit shot we had at it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Sam Darnold, Jamarcus Russell. Oof.
Yeah, give me Jamarcus Russell, who watched blank tape over Sam Darnold.
Damn, that's cold. That's cold-blooded. But yeah, anyway, that just distracted me. I was like, damn, bro, that's bad. Jason over here distracting me in the comments. I gotta take it off the comments now. Y'all distracted me. But no, I mean, Kyle fucking Williams, right? Let's all be real. And the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna say that the Darrell Luter Jr. fumble is the reason we lost the Super Bowl, but the second it happened and they scored that touchdown, I said, you let him back in the fucking game. You know?
Yeah.
And it was, look, long picture, let's be real, it was Dre Greenlaw's injury. But short term, yeah, like that fumble literally made it 10-13, and it was a different ball game. So I'm not going, and let's be real, I think the NFC Championship games at Levi's instead of SoFi in 2021, if we beat the Seahawks one of those two times. And what's the reason we lost both times in 21? Special teams. I think we beat the Seahawks those two games. I think we win the division and the NFC Championship games at Levi's instead of SoFi. So yeah, Ben Barch, I found it out, Jason. $940,000. I'm out. I don't know what to really comment on this because I haven't really seen any of the man. So
I think he got in for what, like 4 or 5 plays during one game. I think that was it, and got blown up every time. It's just it's a backup. You know what I mean? It's just line depth. We need to have somebody back there. The big old dude. I'd love to see him develop into something, but I don't quite see it.
Yeah, this is okay. Fine. Awesome. This one I'm really excited. So Kevin Givens coming back on a 1 year. The contract terms have not been disclosed. So I don't know. But bringing back Kevin Givens. Look, for those who've watched the show a long time, you know my controversy.
How's it, Kenny?
What's up, Kenny? How you doing? We all know my controversy over Kevin Givens and my tweet I sent back in 2020. I love Kevin Givens. I honestly think my girl and I were talking about this about Juwan Jennings, and where I'm curious about where his career goes is because if you're of the mind that the Niners are going to trade Debo or the Niners are going to trade BA and Juwan Jennings is going to slot into number 2 receiver, I think part of what makes Juwan Jennings special is the fact that he's our 3rd receiver. I think if he's a number 2 receiver, he's an average number 2 receiver at best. The fact that he's our 3rd receiver doesn't have to play majority of the snaps. I mean, what he ended up playing. Oh, I didn't see the number of snaps he played last year. But as a 3rd receiver that we just need you to get these few clutch catches a game. I mean, man had 19 receptions. That's literally a little over a reception a game. But if it comes on 3rd and 8, or I don't know, 4 of them come in the fucking Super Bowl that would have got you a Super Bowl MVP.
He was on his way to the MVP status.
Mm-hmm.
Him or Chris Conley.
Yeah, him or Chris Conley. We're going to be Super Bowl MVPs. Let's be real. They probably would have made it Brock just because it's essentially just because it's essentially a quarter. Or no, that it would have been Brock just because simply, let's be real, it's a quarterback award essentially. But yeah, everybody would have known the true MVP of the Super Bowl would have been Juwan Jennings. So I love bringing him back. The rehaul of this D-line is real. We're going to go ahead and get you our overall thoughts on free agency towards the end. But Jason, thoughts on bringing back Kevin Givens?
I like it. Just want to say what's up to Jess from the East Coast Ready to Go podcast. Thank you very much.
Welcome, love.
So far, I'm liking those. I mean, nothing screams at you like, this is a have to more than probably, I think Juwan is the biggest one that we definitely want to keep around for the most part. But I do like
Yes, David McNiner. Yes. Ban 10.
Yeah.
Hashtag ban 10. That's going into the tags of the podcast next week.
I'm liking Kevin Givens. I'm liking where he's probably going to fit as a rotational piece in our defensive line rotation. So far, so good. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, why do we bring back Barch and stuff like that? Well, someone's got to be the backup. Someone's got to be on practice squad, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, if he's starting, we've probably got a problem. So, I mean, if at that point, it's like, okay, that's when shit hits the fan if he's starting for us any significant amount of time.
I know this last one is going to be a little bit of controversy. Colt McKivitz, 1 year, $7 million extension, 17 games, 9 sacks allowed, 59 pressures, but only 1 penalty. PFF had him for 2. Spot Track had him for 1, so 1 to 2 penalties. It might be called for 2, but only 1 was accepted type of situation. But I'm gonna say this about Colt McKivitz. I came on air and I've put it on tape saying we cannot go into the Super Bowl with Colton McKivitz as our starting right tackle. You and I both said that. Now, do I have a problem with him as our swing tackle? If you tell me that my swing tackle has a full season of starting experience, right? So whatever ups and downs of knowing how to maintain your body week in, week in, week out, and ultimately over 16 games only gave up 6 sacks. Because let's be real, he gave up 3 week 1 to TJ Watt. What did you and I come on air and said? Look, TJ Watt's probably the best, edge he's going to face all year. So I think that was a little bit of TJ Watt's a defensive MVP. Like, what are you going to do? If Colt McKivitz was on the Steelers, Nick Bosa was going to have 3 sacks that game. Like it's just, this is what happens this is why Nick Bosa gets over $30 million a year. This is why TJ Watt was the highest before Nick Bosa. These men are going to do this against any tackle. So if you tell me that's my swing tackle, it's somebody that has the experience of a full year under his belt plus some, and only gave up 6 sacks in 16 games, and he's my backup. Okay, so who's better? Who can we get right now that's going to be a better starting tackle that we can sign for a year extension? So he was already signed this year, but we signed him an additional year for $7 million, Jason.
I mean, I still think someone like Jonah Williams would be good. He isn't, but I don't think we're going that route right now. As far as Colton McKivitz goes, on one hand, yes, some of the numbers don't look really good. We get it.
No.
But at the same time, he's going up against every team's best, every play, every game. There's no way around it. Unfortunate that he doesn't have the natural talent, no matter, because you can practice all you want. Sometimes some people are just going to be better than you just naturally. There's nothing you can do about it. Probably works his ass off, all that kind of stuff. It just sucks that in that position that he's put in, he's going to get the best. And unfortunately, we've obviously gone cheap on this offensive line. So yeah, there's that. That's also where we end up in this situation. But like you were saying about him, he goes back to me. He's low-key a lot like Daniel Brunskill was for us. Mm-hmm. I would love to have – if he's the 6th man, then I think everything's fine. I think, I think we're going to draft a new starting right tackle in the draft. I think that's the way it's going to be going.
I think so too.
So
and we'll get into more of our thoughts, but as we overall say, okay, you and I feel this is probably about done for free agency. Obviously, there'll be lower moves and everything like that, but this is our chunk of our free agency. It's very clear. They're going free agency, D-line, O-line would be draft.
I did not know that he signed somewhere already.
Oh, okay. So,
That guy's out.
so overall, you know, are going to have favorites for right. Do you have any favorites for right guard? We're going to get into draft. I mean,
How's it,
as far as
Pterodome?
I know,
Brother?
what que pasa, Pterodome? How you doing, bruh? Feliciano's still out there.
I'm not against
I
bringing.
don't. Yeah, I don't know why we haven't brought him back. I'm curious. Is he
I know a lot of
asking
people
too
don't
much?
like him because there's a few highlights of him, basically being depleted and stuff like that. But I mean, I didn't think he was as bad as some people say. But I get it. He didn't show up in some of the big points, but I thought he was solid for the most part. Again, we're not going to have an all-pro at every single position.
Exactly, and I think that's what a little bit of this is you, like you said perfectly, Jason. You're not going to have a all pro at every position, and also a lot of it. Well, who's out there? And who are we drafting? Because this team clearly knows what's going on with Trey. This team clearly knows what's going on with Huff. Honestly, I've heard a lot more people say that that McKivitz is eventually going to be a guard.
I'm okay.
So
sliding over to
I'm
guard.
okay with that.
We got a stud in the first round, kind of a thing, or just a stud in general over at right tackle, and we slid him over. Okay, I don't really want Burford there, and technically, right now, Burford is our starting guard at that position.
I said this. I want to say it was last Tuesday's show. I can't have my right guard on the biggest play of the season in the Super Bowl. I can't have my right guard having an ME. I can't have my guard having a misassignment, mental misassignment. If Burford Chris Jones just whooped his ass, hey, that's why Chris Jones got a massive contract this year.
That's why he's the highest.
That's why he's the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history, by a wide margin. But mentally, no, I can't have my right guard making mental mistakes, 3rd and 4 overtime of the Super Bowl. I can't have that.
Yeah.
So anybody on the line that ain't number 71. I'm fine. You can tell me, but this is also the thing about it is, I understand 10 picks, but so you're going to get a linebacker because we're going to get into the Eric Kendrick situation, towards the end of the show. But you're going to get yourself a linebacker. You're going to get yourself probably a guard or a tackle. You're going to get yourself a safety, assuming we don't sign Gibb. You're going to get yourself a safety. You're going to get yourself D tackles because we're going to draft some D ends and D tackles. You're going to get yourself. You see how I'm starting to run out of positions in the draft, Jason? So we're going to replace the whole offensive line in the draft besides Trent. We're going to draft a safety and we're going to draft a linebacker and also take Luke McCaffrey and Brandon Rice.
And Frank Gore Jr.
And Frank Gore Jr., which I actually kind of want us to. But anyway.
I think we're getting one of the three. I don't know why. There's a lot of people out there saying we have to get all three. It's like, no. But I think we'll get one of the three.
I don't want Luke McCaffrey. I'm not. I haven't studied this film or anything like that, but from what I'm told, the best prospect is Brendan Rice. Is the out of the three is the best prospect. Though it pains me to say this, but truthfully, honestly, I think the only way we draft Brendan Rice is if we lose Juwan Jennings or BA.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's the only way I see us. So Luke McCaffrey or Frank Gore Jr. is the one I more see. And let's be real. I'm okay with taking Frank Gore Jr. in the 6th round. We don't need a running back.
But we're going to take a running back. At some point,
we're going to take a running back. I would even love it. I don't think it will happen, but I would even love Frank Gore Jr. as an undrafted free agent. Yeah. Now, would he sign here? would he sign here?
Maybe.
We'll see. But
That comes to the whole, are you comfortable being your dad's shadow kind of a thing? You know what I mean?
Dad's shadow, and ultimately, I mean, how many snaps is he gonna? You're gonna take snaps from
Yeah.
a rookie. Frank Gore Jr. is gonna take snaps from the reigning offensive player of the year in the NFL. Come on.
Plus Eli Mitchell, plus Mason.
Yeah. Plus whatever undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
Let me see. Trent and CMC were Super Bowl virgins. Yeah,
They were.
3 is the number. I'm definitely hoping we get all 3. Anyway, so before we go ahead and start breaking in outside free agents, we're gonna go ahead and do one more spot read, and then we'll be back.
This segment is brought to you by SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio at SeatGiant.com to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out this show.
All right, how y'all like? How y'all liking the separated ad reads and everything? Let us know
The
in the
commercials.
comments.
We got commercials now.
We got commercials. We're a big boy podcast. Let us know how y'all liking the setup this year. A lot more slide and graphics focused this year. This is the first one I saw. This is the reason it's a thumb out. Let's be real, Jason. This is our big free agent signing.
Yep.
I absolutely love this signing. Leonard Floyd, 17 games, 10.5 sacks, 19 quarterback hits, 32 tackles, a forced fumble, tackle for loss, 9 tackles for loss, 21 solo tackles, and he played 54% of Buffalo's defensive snaps. I pulled this up. Let me see if I can find it. Hopefully, I saved it in my phone. I had a stat written down. Hopefully, I have it on my phone. Please tell me I have it on my phone. I don't.
I have a stat on why I like this one so much real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Pull it up.
Right now, a lot of people want a Brian Burns, right? Even me, I would love to have Brian Burns. I didn't actually realize this, that since 2020, Floyd actually has one more sack compared to Brian Burns. And as much as everybody thinks the big name and this and that. I think it was 2 years ago where Burns had the big, I think it was a 13 sack season. Everything else, he's been the same as, if not a little bit lower than what Leonard Floyd has been. So I'm thinking, especially money wise, I love this pickup.
I mean, so I found the stat. This is the stat. Y'all gonna trip out on this. It goes a little deeper than this, but I kind of want to keep it focused on last year. This year, the Niners, from their D end opposite Nick Bosa, got 3.5 sacks from Cleveland Farrell, 2.5 from Randy Gregory, 2.5 from Chase Young in his 9 games, and 3 from Drake Jackson. So that's a total of 6.5. So 4. Let's see, that's 5.
The Eagles,
eight
the Eagles
and a
just
half,
signed Devin White.
11. Shit. 11.5. So basically, all those DNs that I just named had one sack less than Leonard Floyd last year. What does that tell you, Jason? Now, is this the answer? Is this we've locked down the bookend for the next 5 years? No, this is clearly a very, let's get somebody in for this year. Fine, maybe next year. Let's go win a championship and deal with this in the future when, we got to draft and maybe hit a little bit of a reboot. So when you tell me that we'll say this after we kind of wrap it up, but Leonard Floyd, love it, was a terror. I want to say, it was either the NFC Championship game or the last game in 2018 or 21, week 18, when we had to win to get in. Leonard Floyd actually had 2 sacks that game. I believe it was either the last last game of 21, or it's the NFC Championship game. Leonard Floyd actually had 2 sacks. Leonard Floyd was an issue when the Niners faced him for years because he was with the Yams for years. So this isn't, we're going to get somebody that broke the all-time sack record. This is clearly the Niners saying, look, we have our alpha. We have our the man we're going to, put on all the posters in the stadium and all that. We just want somebody that's consistent. We don't need you to give us 15 sacks. We just want you to give us consistency. Because what if the Niners lacked most at the DN spot besides Eric Armstead, or besides Nick Bosa? Consistency.
So let me ask you this. What does this say? Because obviously, to me, he's going to be the day one starter.
Yeah.
Who's backing him up? Beal or Jackson? If you have to put your money on right now, who are you taking?
If we put our money on it, we have to take Robert Beal.
There you go.
You have to.
I don't think there's much left of him in the NFL.
No. You have to, because to me, what's your excuse after what we said? Because rookie year, fine. And to the man's credit, this is actually what is making me more concerned. Because to the man's credit, he clearly busted his ass last offseason. Right? He clearly put in the work. And it still wasn't enough, Jason. It still wasn't enough. So your rookie year, hey, welcome to the NFL, Rook. It kicks everybody's ass. Now that you know, go into year 2, better prepared, all that. You did everything. Right? You did everything. Still wasn't good enough. Now, what can we hold on to hope now? Year 3? I'm not saying the Niners. Look, Trey Jackson's clearly going to make the team.
Yeah, he will.
We're saying that's not what we're saying this year, but he's definitely got an uphill battle to get playing time, to get time on the field. I believe he's got to beat out Robert Beal.
I would put Beal. I would give him more snaps right now than I would Jake Jackson.
Yeah. Luckily, Niners don't play another game for a little less than 6 months. So, plenty of time for Drake Jackson to change our opinion. But yeah, March 14th of 2024, you ask me, say, Leonard Floyd is off the field. Who's the first one the Niners bring in? Yeah, at this point, it would be Robert Beal. Okay, I know I'm going to slaughter this last name. Arturo Gross Montos. I believe I said the first name right. 2 years, $18 million. Last year for the Panthers, 12 games, 4.5 sacks, 10 QB hits, 36 tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, 19 solo tackles, and played 41.3% of the snaps. To me, when I don't want to say Eric Armstead replacer, because let's be real, this man ain't Eric Armstead, but he has the inside-outside versatility. And with this,
he's got a motor on him. I like the kid that he's got such a motor on him. My weirdest thing is that this contract, it seems kind of weird. He's only making why is Leonard getting only $2 million more than him? You know what I mean? It's just kind of a weird number-wise thing that I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. And so when I saw that and I kind of looked up his stats, Lombardi did a good breakdown of him and everything like that. I was kind of like, so Leonard, I don't know,
just weird,
frog or just I don't know, but awesome. We awesome that we got Leonard Floyd for only 2 more than this man right here, but a little bit pricey to pay for this man right here kind of situation. So I'm curious. I think this is going to be Chris Kosarek's project.
For sure. This is going to be his personal one.
You know what this kind of signing reminds me of, Jason? I'm getting very Jordan Willis vibes from this.
Yeah. I'd agree with you on that.
Jordan Willis vibes from this.
And he's only like 26, man. So
yeah,
for 2 years, we can mold him into something good. Coach K gets a hold of him, man. with the motor that's already got on him, you see the tackles for loss and this all this. I wouldn't mind going back and watching to see like how many times he was just disruptive and doesn't get a stat or anything like that. But from what I've seen, from what everybody's putting up there, he's good. Like I said, I love his motor. He keeps playing. He busts his ass. He could end up being something really good for them.
And even more importantly, I think what's going to help him in his career is you don't need to be the alpha dog.
No.
So we just need you to give that motor, that all-out effort, that talent for a handful of snaps a game. I think he can make it.
How's it,
When I say, I mean, haven't they been all in since 1997? Like, I mean, come on, bro. Let's be real here. So, I mean, okay, they weren't all in last year when Jerry talked about how he was going to play us. They were going to play us in the playoffs again. They weren't all in. Oh, this year 31, or my bad, year 29 of not making the Super Bowl. That's where they're going to go all in. Fuck out of here. Oh God. Anytime I'm depressed, I just breathe joy laughing at that franchise. It just brings me such joy. You know what I get when I'm really depressed? It actually makes me smile. Watching that final play from when we played them in 22.
Oh, where was it Dre knocked over?
Dre Greenlaw just destroys Zeke Elliott. It's just my favorite. I just watched that to just bring a smile to my face. Time for my second or maybe third favorite signing. Jordan Elliott, 2 years, $10 million, 16 games last year, 2.5 sacks, 3 quarterbacks hits, 21 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 14 solo tackles, paid 40.2% of the snaps. This is a Javon Kinlaw replacement. And I think this man's going to be better than Javon Kinlaw.
Well, yeah, so far he showed it. I love that he's a big old boy too. Someone to just, eat up, take up 2 people there on the line.
Gave the problems to the Niners last year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I love seeing someone with his, again, not the huge stats, kind of like with Matos. But I'm definitely like to see the motor on him. I did see an interview where he trains with Javon Hargraves in the offseason, and he has been wanting to work with Coach K ever since he got to the NFL in like 2018. So I'm like, oh, well, now you're going to get it. You were going to get exactly what you want. And as far as money goes and anything like that, I think it's the perfect kind of a signing. Again, they're doing a good job bringing in these guys who, I don't want to say that they have low bottoms, but, I mean, they have high tops and then
I think we've raised the floor.
Yes, there you go. That's what.
I think that's what Lombardi says. What the Niners have done is they've raised the floor. So we haven't maybe increased our ceiling, but we've increased our floor. What excites me most about what? Let me go ahead and get through this last one, and then I'm going to give you my why I'm excited about all these free agent signings. Malik Collins. This is honestly, I thought this was a big boy move. This is essentially our Eric Armstead replacement. 16 games last year with Houston, 5 sacks, 18 quarterback hits, 41 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 19 solo tackles, and played 64.4% of the snaps. What I love about all these signings is it's clear. 2022, our D-line wasn't good. Our D tackle, especially, we're not good enough.
Yeah, especially once Armstead went down.
So, okay, cool. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan aren't stupid. They saw that they see the same things we do. They go into the year, sign Javon Hargrave. Hey, we're going to put Hargrave, Armstead next to each other. Boom. Let's get ready to rock and roll. After last season, yeah, I didn't. Did you, besides Jacksonville, maybe, did you ever feel like there was a game where you're just like, damn, like in 2019, we felt there were games where I felt like, dude, they're not going to be able to complete a pass against us. Our D line is so dumb. Like, how are they going to be able to complete a pass against this defense? I did not feel that last year. And with the type of money that we spent on the D line on the D line in general since Kyle and John have got here. As
Kinda
much as
sad
we
at
make
times.
the D line a priority, there's no way in hell we should have the type of lack of production we have next year. That's just not acceptable.
Especially when it comes to stopping the run. We were okay for pass stuff, but against the run, looking at the playoffs and everything, we were absolutely pathetic at stopping people. And funny because at times we had quite a few third and shorts, fourth and shorts that we actually stopped. Those were good. Yes, those were good. But, those first and, when they busting out 20 yards, 25 yards here, 15, those were way too often for, again, the amount of investment that we had put into this D-line to stop nobody at times.
In the NFC Championship game, their first 2 drives, they literally only faced 1/3 down. Well, why is that? Because you're getting 8 yards on fucking first down. Because you're getting a first down on first down. The second drive was like 4 plays. That's just unacceptable. And so ultimately, what I loved about these moves is it wasn't okay. Well, hey, Armstead's going to be better. We'll get him healthy in another year. No, the Niners said, fuck this. Let's scrap it. Start from scratch. And I think that takes a lot of conviction to like. I mean, this is an overhaul of our D line, bro.
Yeah,
this is an overhaul. And let's be real, all these players, especially now that Armstead's gone, all these players are on Kyle and John. And so I'm just look. I'm not going to sit here and tell you these are all going to be great signings and the best signings in franchise history. And I'm just fired up because we're trying something different. It's not doing the same thing and expecting different results. We're at least trying something different and expecting different results. So as far as it's March 14th, I'm excited.
I like a lot of these picks. To me, the biggest thing is that, it's availability is your best ability. And with how much, and like I said, I've seen a lot of people poo-poo on Eric Armstead and stuff like that today. I'm low-key, I'm going to miss him. I liked him. He started off his career being put in the wrong position. But like I said, and we had talked about it before. Like, and I remember when we first started talking about this, people were kind of getting on us about it. And we were saying that, what if we just cut Armstead or trade him? A lot of people were like, nah, you guys are stupid. Why would you do something like that? But it's like, no, wait a minute. He's just not available. His foot stuff is not going to get better. When you're that size, everything, it just doesn't get better. It only gets worse as you get older, especially for that size.
Foot issues ended Hall of Famer Patrick Willis's career.
Yeah. And then he had the other issues on top of it. Again, I think we will miss him, especially in the locker room. I mean, we just cut, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award,
the blueprint.
The blueprint. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I thought it was time for him to go, but seeing this all the negativity, it's like, when he was in, he played pretty damn good. And I think the reason why everybody gets on him is because he's not the force bucket. Let's be honest.
No.
I think that's the biggest thing that he had going against him in his career is that he was never going to be Defoe. But again, I like the ability, the fact that we saw that was an issue that wasn't getting better. It's probably just going to get worse as he continues to get older. And that we're like, look, we need to cut this tie and we need to start over. And I'm liking all of these D linemen that we picked up.
Let's be real. It wasn't like the Niners released it. The Niners came to him for a pay cut. He said no. So was it like the Niners were like, hey, fuck you, Eric. We think you're trash.
Yeah.
It was just, sorry, bro, we're not going to pay you $18 million for 9 games. Essentially.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, congratulations.
Step up.
What about the draft picks we signed last season? I mean,
now this is your time.
Fields Jr. I'm looking at with Ray. Or let's go ahead and before we wrap up here and give our final thoughts on free agency and get up out of here. Let's go ahead and go over all the players that we've lost so far. Charlie Warner went and signed at Atlanta for $12 million. Oh,
Good
wow.
for him on that contract. That's a damn good
Yeah.
contract for him.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to put this up a couple times. I made this video way too short. Isaiah Oliver, New York Jets, 1 year contract terms not disclosed. Here, you know what? Let me just pull up the slide and I'll go over it instead of hitting the video a bunch of times.
Just do slides like I do for next week.
No, I did. I just didn't make the video that much longer. I didn't make it long enough. Sam Darnold, 1 year, $10 million in Minnesota.
See ya.
My mother-in-law is not going to be happy by that contract by the end of the year. Me and my girl kind of talked about it. Javon Kinlaw, 1 year, New York Jets, $7.25 million. Go get it, Javon.
Right?
Go get it.
I figured he was going to be the Jets or Texans for him. I really did.
I'm not paying Javon $7.25 million. God bless
I'm glad you got paid, brother.
And let's be real. He was a solid man. Let's be real. He gets with solid.
This was the first offseason where he wasn't, fighting an injury. And he wasn't first round good, but he was all right.
I mean, I think, was it a mistake? I'm not, and this is the thing about it, is that I don't think it was ever going to be.
Those.
No. You know what? That's actually a very, very, very legit point right there. That actually, that actually won't. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Yeah, wow. I didn't even think about that, but it was never Defoe over Javon Kinlaw. It was Defoe over Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead, Jimmy Ward. Like, that's why it was. It's never as simple as, this player versus this player. There's always so
But Armstead took the brunt of that. Actually, he took all of that one.
Yeah.
Just because.
Cleveland Farrell, 1 year, $3.75 million.
Good for him.
I wanted him back. I mean, fine. I'm okay with who we got. I'm okay with losing him. But he was somebody that I'd have liked to bring back. I thought
I would like Farrell back.
Yeah. Matt Pryor, 1 year, Chicago contract terms not disclosed. All right, bruh. Thanks for nothing. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing like he was a bad Niner or something like that, but okay.
He was there. I don't remember much of you, but I know you were there.
Eric Armstead, 3 years, $51 million in Jacksonville. We have gone over a lot of that already.
Hey, man, good for him, man. Going to Florida, getting no taxes and all that kind of shit. Good on you, man.
I mean, so I'm going to go over one last one, and then I'm going to ask you about this right here.
Is it Ryan? And how's it, Angel? Thank you for showing up.
Last one right here. Ray McLeod, 2 years, up to $6 million. I mean, I'd have been fine if they brought Ray back. What's up, media? How you doing, baby? I'd have been fine if they brought Ray back. I'm a little nervous. I ain't go because let's be real. Who right now you would think they would think Ronnie Bell, right?
Yeah,
I'm assuming. And
I hope he's out there practicing returning kicks right now.
The fucking A, because honestly,
he wasn't special.
I trust Ray. I trust Ray catching the ball more than I do Ronnie Bell right now.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And that makes me a little nervous.
Don't try to make a play. Just catch it.
Just catch the fucking ball. That's all I need. And you know
just
what?
Move the hell out of the way.
And finally, I just need him to.
We have a chance to get Jamal Agnew. Yes, please.
Okay, hold on. I want to find it right now. Hold on. I'm trying to find the comment. I just need Ronnie Bell to do one thing for me. That's all I need. I just need his number changed. Just go on and change that number for me, brother, and we're all good.
Yeah, we haven't had that dynamic return man
since
or anything like
Ted Ginn Jr.
Yeah. So he was okay as a receiver. Nothing flashy for the most part. He was solid. He had, they tried to make him into Debo when Debo was hurt. It didn't work out.
One play. One play it did.
Yeah, that's one play. Everybody can excel at one play. You know what I mean? Thank you, Brian. But yeah, so I mean, I would have brought him back cheaper, less
Yeah,
play,
yeah.
less. But I'm not worried about it. I think we could definitely look in the draft to find some people who can replace that.
Yeah, Brandon Rice.
I don't know. Does he return? I have no idea.
I believe he returns. I'm gonna get into draft. We're gonna start kicking up into draft season here. We will ooh, Ronnie Bell, new number 19. I like that. Okay, Jason, I gotta ask you a question. I was gonna wait until we're on air to do this. Do you feel a little betrayed since by Debo, the fact that he told us that's literally what his tattoo meant was never change, and then he goes and changes his number? I feel a little lied to. I feel a little lied to by Debo. Not gonna lie, just a tad bit, just a tad bit. But yeah, Debo changed his jersey to number 1. Awesome, cool.
But did you hear one of the reasons why he changed it was that now he gets to put senior on there, and that's what he's most proud of. So I mean, I was like, all right, I can respect that.
You know what? Honestly, I mean, I can never be a senior. I will always be junior, even if my son was the third. But I ain't gonna lie, like I remember when I got to put junior on my my jersey and everything, and it felt, especially like me wanting to play tight end like my dad. After I was told, yeah, you're not playing receiver, and I got switched to tight end, I was happy. I wanted to be a tight end like my dad. That's obviously 89 is the year I became a Niner fan, but a lot of people don't know another reason why I put 89 in a lot of stuff. But that was my dad's number, and so that was always good. So I ain't gonna lie, when I saw McKinney Jr. on my jersey, it gave me a little sense of pride of who I'm playing, like who I represent, kind of thing. Like I'm a McKinney, you know what I'm saying? And not only a McKinney, like I'm my dad, like I'm a junior, bro. Like, my father played football, kind of like the tradition and you got to understand, when I was growing up, my dad pumped my head. He was, son, you're going to walk on a football field. Coaches are going to worship. You're my son. You're going to dominate. So there was a little,
sounds a lot like my dad.
Yeah. It was definitely a little bit of a little ego boost, but yeah. So overall, I mean, your overall thoughts, free agency, Jason?
I'm going to give it a B. Obviously we didn't get the splash names that some of us were thinking of that we were going to get, Daniel Hunter, Brian Burns, anything, nothing big like that. Cool. Let's see. I like the improvements for what we've got. Now I think it's pretty much solidified that in the draft, we're going to be drafting like probably some offensive linemen, some cornerbacks. I still think we need to go after a linebacker because, we definitely don't know what is all up with, our linebackers.
He said you wanted to be Dick Jr.
Hey, dude, Ryan, we live in fucking Washington, man. There's dicks everywhere. I don't know. Nobody else will probably get that joke with me and Ryan. And John. John will get it too. There's dicks everywhere here in Washington.
Overall, look, I would have, and we didn't really touch on this. I would have loved Eric Kendricks. That would have gave me an A. As far as like, did the Niners address our needs? That's why I have to give it a B as well, because as we stand right now, have the Niners addressed all their needs? No.
But we still got the draft.
But we still got the draft, so that's why I'm not like, oh, the offseason's failure. I mean, I saw somebody post on fucking Facebook today. I know that's what
right. Yeah, and have them here.
Especially to the Eagles. That one, I ain't gonna lie, that one's a little, woo, yeah. So that's why I saw somebody today that said we're gonna finish last in the division. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Oh my god.
I mean, minus like 10 injuries to like starters or something, like just based on talent, we're not going to finish in.
That's what I'm saying. The only way I could see The only way I could see the Niners truly, and we'll get about 18 seconds more on Instagram. So anybody wants to join us for the last few minutes of the show that's on Instagram, go ahead and go over to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter. How I'm feeling about it is I don't really feel like people seem to forget we're bringing majority of this football team back. I think that they think that the Super Bowl and how the Super Bowl was how this whole season was. They seem to forget that through the first 5 weeks of this season, you and I were coming on these shows like, how does this football team lose a game? Like people seem to forget like how dominant we were.
Yeah, we did start quite badass.
But I mean, fuck Eric Kendricks. I don't want your little bitch ass anyway. I
get it.
Ain't gonna lie.
I did want it, but I don't. Like I said, I get it. I get why he did that.
Oh, I mean, I said to you while we were speaking in the green room before the show, let's remove our Niner hat. And if I'm Eric Kendricks' boy, I say, yeah, go to Texas where there's no state tax. Because that 13 point whatever percent it is hits your check, and it hits your check hard. Trust me, as somebody who's lived in California my whole life, I've literally never lived in any other state. Yeah, that shit hits you hard. All right, Jason, final thoughts before we get up out of here till tomorrow?
The answer is purple, Brian. It's purple.
Let's be real, red. Yeah, I mean, you always go drink grape drink.
Yeah, purple.
Yeah, grape drink. Anyway, or I prefer the tropical punch personally.
It's always
if I'm going to go with the red one. If I'm going to go with the red one, I go tropical punch.
I mean, let's start the phrase. Yeah, he would, and I said he wanted more playtime. I get it. I can respect that.
It was a head coach. Let's be real. The man who drafted him, Zimmer, basically saying, "Hey, come run my defense." Versus, at best, if Dre came back and Dre was healthy, you were going to be our third. You were going to be our third linebacker. Eric Kendricks was going to Shackleberry. We're over here. Okay, you know what? I think it's time to end this show because we're over here discussing Kool-Aid flavors. So calm down, faithful. Did the Niners get better than we were in the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say overall.
You said it best. The floor has been raised.
Yeah, the floor has been raised. So you get breaking news. Oh,
nice.
There you go. Right. There you go. I like that.
I'm good with
DFF.
It.
Yeah,
Thank you, media, for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks, media. Media breaking some news on the pod. All right.
I'm good with bringing DFF back.
Yeah. Ashal, how many years? How many years is BFF coming back? It's all about the orange Kool-Aid. As soon as Jason finds out, or Ashal will tell us, we'll figure it out.
1 year deal.
1 year deal? Yeah. All right, cool. 1 year. Awesome. Well, I'll go ahead and we'll discuss that more on tomorrow's show.
How's it, Raf?
What's up, Raf? How you doing, baby? So, yeah. All right, Jason. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. here on the West Coast, we're gonna go ahead and do some mock drafts. We're gonna do some mock drafts. We'll get in some.
Maybe we can get some people in here. We can have some people do some mock drafts with us. We'll switch off rounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We did PFF last week, so I'll pull up one of the other different sites because every site does it a little bit differently, and just doing just the one kind of monotonous. So we'll switch between the different sites that do mock drafts.
Jason runs Friday show. I run the Tuesday show. We're going to do Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm going to put some clips out, try to find some good audio to do some clips to get some clips out on YouTube and Facebook and all this shit. And we'll go ahead and we'll do the Friday show up until the draft. And then after that, we'll shut it down to just do Tuesdays. But thank y'all so much. Thanks, Jason. See you tomorrow, bro.
Indeed. Deuces.
Yay! All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Let's be real. Just send out the back signal. Hey, you already know. BC. I want to get you on a draft show. Clip it up. Yeah, that's what we're gonna trying to do. I'm doing 49 on Saturday. Maybe you, BC, and Jason should have a mock fucking Saturday. All right. Also, I want to get y'all, BC, David McNiner, anybody, Ashol, anybody that's on content creators. We want to get y'all on the draft show, but we'll discuss that later. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Lastly, thank y'all for tuning into this week's episode. We shall see y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
You're tuned into Niner Faithful Radio, your show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful, brought to you by Power
See ya.